Alright y'all, this situation just took an even darker turn because now Chef Mila is back on Instagram making explosive claims about Stefon Diggs. And this time she's alleging that things between him and Cardi B allegedly became physical while she was pregnant. Not only that, she's now hinting that something disturbing also happened while Cardi was literally giving birth to their son. In the video, Mila emotionally described the way Stefon allegedly spoke to Cardi during pregnancy, the way people around him supposedly witnessed his behavior and still defended him publicly, and how the things she saw behind closed doors are something she says she'll never understand. Then she took it even further by bringing up the delivery room itself, claiming the same man who allegedly mistreated her was allegedly doing the same thing to Cardi, and that private text messages supposedly reveal the way he belittled and talked down to her constantly. She even referenced one specific night that both her and Cardi allegedly remember clearly, but stopped herself from exposing the details, saying it wasn't her story to fully tell. Then she closed everything out with another apology and a chilling statement, saying she hopes one day Cardi finally faces reality. Now the caption underneath the post made the entire situation feel even heavier because Mila wrote that she had been placed into a horrible situation, that Cardi never deserved any of it, especially while pregnant, and that whatever happened to her had apparently also happened to Cardi too. She made it clear that nothing she said during court proceedings was meant as an attack against Cardi, but instead hinted that people already know exactly what they've done behind the scenes. She claimed she was the one apologizing to Cardi privately over the way Stefon allegedly treated her during pregnancy and after childbirth, and insisted that their messages supposedly prove she never lied about anything. Then came the line that sent social media into complete chaos when she wrote, "A man at war with himself will hurt others," before adding that women become collateral damage in the process, and announcing she no longer wanted to speak publicly about the situation anymore. Now the reason everybody immediately connected this message to Cardi B is because Mila specifically said her statements in court were never targeted toward her. And honestly, if you watched everything unfold online, it did seem like Mila was repeatedly trying to hint to Cardi that Stefon had allegedly been cheating behind the scenes. She kept mentioning women being brought around the house, situations involving other girls, braiders, secret encounters, and different suspicious behavior without fully exposing every detail directly. But now the accusations have escalated way beyond cheating rumors because she's straight up implying that Stefon allegedly put his hands on Cardi during one of the most vulnerable periods of her life. And from the way she described the delivery room situation, people online are now questioning whether something traumatic allegedly happened while Cardi was in labor as well. On top of all that, Mila says she allegedly has receipts showing how he spoke to Cardi privately. But at the same time, critics are pointing out something important too. They are asking why, if she supposedly knew all this information, she never directly warned Cardi that she herself was allegedly involved with Stefon romantically. People are saying she keeps claiming it's not my story to tell, while simultaneously revealing enough details to send the internet into a frenzy anyway. And honestly, the reactions online are extremely divided right now because a lot of people feel exhausted by the situation altogether. Since Mila lost the lawsuit, many viewers think she should have simply walked away quietly instead of continuing to post messages, alleged receipts, and emotional statements after the fact. They feel like every few days another layer gets added onto the drama, and now nobody knows what's fully true anymore. But regardless of where people stand, these allegations are serious, emotional, and impossible to ignore. So now the internet is split down the middle. Some people genuinely believe Mila is trying to expose what allegedly happened behind closed doors, while others think bitterness and resentment are motivating these posts because of how everything ended publicly. And honestly, I want to know what you'll think because this situation keeps getting messier by the day. Do y'all think Chef Mila is telling the truth about what allegedly happened between Stefon Diggs and Cardi B? Or do you think emotions, heartbreak, and revenge are clouding this entire situation now? Drop your thoughts below because right when people thought the drama was finally calming down, Mila came back one more time repeating how allegedly nobody could understand the way Stefon treated Cardi during pregnancy, how even his defenders supposedly knew what was happening privately, and how the same behavior she allegedly experienced herself was happening to Cardi too. Personally, I do believe Mila probably knows a lot more than she's publicly saying because at one point she was reportedly close to both Cardi and Stefon, around the house, around the relationship, and around situations most people never saw. But at the same time, it's hard for some viewers not to notice the timing because almost immediately after Stefon and Cardi were seen together publicly again, suddenly another emotional message gets posted online. The timing of all this honestly could not look worse for Chef Mila, and that's why so many people online are starting to side-eye everything she posts now because from the outside looking in, it feels way too emotional and way too perfectly timed. The second Cardi B and Stefon Diggs popped out together smiling on Mother's Day looking unbothered, suddenly here comes another cryptic message, another emotional accusation, another "there's more I could say" moment. And that's exactly why people are calling the whole thing messy instead of believable. It's making her look bitter, like she's watching them move on publicly and she can't handle it. Again, I'm not saying she's lying about what happened behind closed doors, because nobody truly knows except the people involved, but perception matters. And right now the internet perception is turning against her fast. Especially after she said, "I remember one particular night, and you know the night I'm talking about. What happened to you that night isn't my story to tell." Well, if it's not your story to tell, people are asking why even bring it up publicly at all. That's why some viewers feel like she keeps dropping little bombs without fully explaining them, almost like she wants the internet to fill in the blanks themselves. And honestly, sometimes silence protects your credibility more than constant posting does. Because whether she's telling the truth or not, every new upload is making her image look shakier after what happened in court. At this point, a lot of people think she needs to stop talking online altogether, because now it feels less like exposing the truth and more like emotional spiraling. Like, girl, it's been over a week and somehow every single day there's another leak, another statement, another accusation. People are wondering why all these details didn't fully come out before or during the trial. Why now? Why after everything already ended? That's the question everybody keeps asking. If she truly believes more happened, then people are saying she needs to move strategically, gather evidence properly, build another case if necessary, and stop throwing emotional clues onto Instagram Live every other night. Because this internet back and forth clearly isn't working in her favor anymore. Especially when you're dealing with celebrities who have elite legal teams protecting them at every angle. And let's be honest, Cardi's side already showed they came prepared legally. Those lawyers were sharp, organized, and ready for war. So random social media statements after the fact aren't really shaking anything up the way she probably hoped they would. Then things got even messier when courtroom clips resurfaced of Chef Mila alleging that Stefon Diggs was also sleeping with Cardi B's hairstylist, Shy Charles. And that instantly made the internet explode, because Shy Charles isn't just some random name online. She's worked with huge celebrities like Beyoncé, Teyana Taylor, and obviously Cardi B herself for years. She's respected in the industry, successful in her own lane, and people immediately jumped to defend her reputation after hearing her name dragged into all this chaos. And because Shy and Cardi have reportedly been close for a long time, the allegations instantly felt personal. Now look, it's possible Mila really knows a lot about Stefon's private life, because she was allegedly around him, around the house, around the environment, and close enough to witness things most people never saw publicly. Nobody's denying that possibility. But at the same time, people also notice the way she allegedly smirks sometimes while telling these stories, and it's making some viewers feel like part of this is revenge-driven. Like she's intentionally pulling secrets out piece by piece to embarrass him publicly now that everything exploded. And again, I'm not sitting here saying Stefon Diggs is innocent, because men have absolutely done worse with less power, less money, and less ego. Plus, based on the allegations and the alleged text messages, it definitely sounds like somebody who enjoys attention and moves recklessly with women. That part people already believe. But the bigger issue now is that the entire situation has crossed into this weird space where nobody knows if they are watching a woman finally exposing painful truths, or watching somebody emotionally unravel in public after losing access to a man she was attached to. And honestly, that uncertainty is exactly why this whole story keeps getting darker every single day.